In the silence between your breaths, there's a wisdom deep inside. Ancient echoes softly calling, guiding you back to the light. Through the veils of time and memory, through the stars and sacred flame, there's a truth your soul remembers, and it's calling out your name. Walk with the ancestors beside you. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Breathe with nature, hear the cosmos, where the soul and spirit meet. Awaken now, remember who you are. A spark of the infinite light, a sovereign soul, a sacred heart, born of the stars and the divine. Step into your truth and see the wisdom that lives within. The key is yours to unlock the door and remember your light again. In the temple of your spirit, where the sacred rivers flow, ancient knowledge waits in silence for the heart that seeks to know. Through the path of healing energy, through the breath and through the flame, every step brings deeper knowing of the truth we all became. Anchored deeply to this planet, lift your spirit to the skies. Feel the cosmic consciousness awakening in your eyes. Awaken now, remember who you are. A spark of the infinite light, a sovereign soul, a sacred heart, born of the stars and the divine. Step into your truth and see the wisdom that lives within. The key is yours to unlock the door and remember your light again. Crystals light and Sophia wisdom, sacred union deep inside. Divine balance, heart awakening, where the soul and truth align. We are one in this great mystery, one great living cosmic seed. Every soul a shining mirror of the truth we're meant to be. Awaken now, remember who you are. A child of the infinite flame, a sovereign being of love and light, forevermore the same. In unity we rise together, in consciousness we see the sacred spark within us all, the divine identity. This is Spiritual Insight with Tiffany, White Sage Woman, where ancient wisdom meets awakening, and the truth of who you are is remembered.
Hello, everyone. What'd you think about that? Oh, happy March 8th. Happy Sunday. You are tuning into Spiritual Insight. I am Tiffany, White Sage Woman, and I'm very honored and happy and pleased to be with each and every one of you sitting in the sacred circle today. And wow, what'd you think about the new show intro? Well, that's just the song. I've got to personalize it with pictures and things, but there is another version. This is kind of like, I want something like upbeat, and but there is a longer, like 6-7 minutes meditative one. It's a little slower and it has the same words, but the tempo is a little bit different, and it's and that's what I was like, hey, I want something meditative this time. So even if you just sit and just listen to it. But we are on, let me see. Let me show this. Here we go. Suno. Anyone that has a Suno account, if you don't, go check it out. But you can check out my Suno account, you can see not just this show intro. You can check out the meditative version of mine. And then I am redoing everyone's show intros on Goldylocks Productions. And you can see the ones that are already made that are on there. And so these are just the ones with the lyrics. The polished ones are the ones you'll see the beginning of the show intro. But these are, I love Suno. Suno is AI that creates music for whatever you write, whatever lyrics. And so it's I really I just love it because it's like, oh wow, I'm typing in, I use another AI to help with the lyrics, but I'm putting phrases in and they're putting it in the right order. It's like I'm throwing everything at it and it puts it in this beautiful order. And it's like, oh, yes, that's it. And so have fun with it. You play around. Go make your own Suno account. Find me. It's White Sage Woman. I think I do have it under Goldylocks Productions, or it might just be White Sage Woman for the Suno. So check it out, and you can see everything that I've made so far. And it's lots of fun, and it's a beautiful way because sometimes I have a hard time getting things out, expressing who I am sometimes. And so like live and like talking now, but if I sit down and write it and just put phrases in and then let it put it together, it's beautiful. So I'm just waiting for some kind of interface that where we can just sit and have a telepathic conversation and it deciphers. Anyway, so Suno, and for the audio listeners, I'm saying Suno, SUNO.com, like Suno, SUNO.com, and just look for my profile is White Sage Woman, and that's also my website is whitesagewoman.com. Well, not that, but what I mean. My website is whitesagewoman.com, so you can find that out as well. Let me go ahead and put my tags up. There you go. Website's whitesagewoman.com. You can check out my services. You can book a session with me. And there's so many things. Just go check it. All right, let me say hello to everyone. We are streaming live on Rumble, on BitChute, on YouTube, on X. And so let's see. Hello, Richard, over on YouTube. Let's see. Here we have all the beautiful ladies. We have Ruth and Laura. Yay, love the new intro. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. So that's that's fun. That's my, I want to say each and every one of us, we have our own unique superpower. And I am finding that this whole saying is my superpower. So that creativity thing. Never would have sat down and thought that. It's not something someone can tell you either. It's something you have to discover, and by just jumping in. And now there is a guidance. Your higher self will guide you. Your higher self will take you out of your comfort zone. Right, Laura? Laura just published her book, and let me tell you, she said the hardest part wasn't the book, writing the book. It was getting it uploaded, I think, onto Amazon. Was the hardest part. But it will challenge you. Everything that you do, and not everything. I mean, there's some it goes with grace and ease, but some of it too, maybe a little bit. I think it tests us to see our resilience, our resolve, or are we going to stick with it and just, yes, I am. I'm going to make this work. So right, Laura says it's a little addictive once you get started. So there you go. Right. Hello, Maureen. Greetings to you. Now I can share. I made a short link for Laura's book. And when I type it in, it goes to her car right to her book on Amazon. Someone else tested it and it said, or Marsha, like last night, Marsha Culver during the Spiritual Master Circle, she typed it in, or she clicked on the link and it took her to her recliner. So, let's see what happens here if I were to share this link. Laura, let me see, Ramirez book. If this link doesn't work, Just go to Amazon, type in her name, and her book is called The Light, and you will be able to go right to it. Okay. So here you go. You're still tweaking the cover. Yeah, told me to calm down a little bit. Just keep no, yeah, I get it. Yeah, yeah. So let me know if that link works. If it doesn't, just go to Amazon and type in Laura Romero. Her book's The Light, and it should go to it. It's available in Kindle, and it's available in book as well, paperback book. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I ordered my paperback book. Yay! So it's something about holding an actual book. I really love old school that way. Don't want to use electronics to read and things like that, but like the Kindle thing. But in reading from a computer, I will print things out and go read it if it's too long. I will print things out and sit down and read it. I just don't want to, and just trying to be mindful of my eye health. I think a lot of us are very mindful of that nowadays too, of how much we are exposed to LED lights, to computers, to that type of thing. And but I know that when we're doing it for a good reason, that we are divinely protected. So it's yeah. Yeah. Yes, I like that. Uh-huh. I think the journaling pages make a difference, by the way, ebook and print. Okay, great. Yes, yes. That's always nice. I think a lot of people forget about that. I am one that will still write in a book. If I don't have journaling pages, I will use the spaces. There's no donating any of my books because they're very personalized. They're mine. They're sacred. They're like my precious. You know, and good luck if you could decipher my handwriting and the notes that I write in there anyway. But it's yeah, yeah. Oh, Ruth, you got your book 20 minutes ago. Laura's book is beautiful. Wait a minute. I think mine came today. Amazon did deliver, right? Yeah. Huh. I think this link, there you go. That's a much shorter link. I like that. Let's see if that link works. Or that's the I keep trying to get these links. Oh, no. Well, let me copy and paste it. And this link should work. Oh, here. Oh, I see. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Excellent. Okay. Oh, you got the. See. Okay. Don't even worry about the little tiny URL thing. They're wrong. Richard's laughing. He got the leather recliner. Is it a nursing recliner? Because that's what Marsha got last night. Isn't that funny? Anyway, yeah. Let me see if I can get this over here. I'm gonna capture this link from Laura that she said. But like I said, for all of those, because we have a huge auto listener, just everyone, and even just watching the replays, and a lot of people don't want to sit here and have to try to type in anything. So very simple. Just go to Amazon and search for the author and the title. I think when I first tried that, because it was just uploaded. Yeah, that works too, Laura. That's a good one. All right. And so I'm going to save that link, even if when I promote your here we go. We'll use that one. Thank you, Laura. We'll use that when we promote Laura's show and her book. There we go. Okay. That works. That's a much better link. Thank you. Yay. This link works. Now I'm just going to put it on. Richard, try this one. Tell me if that one works. Yeah. There we go. All right. So, how's everybody doing? Did I say hello? Hello, Maureen. Maureen's over on Rumble. Greetings, Maureen. Yes, greetings to you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And thank you for, I know it's a new show time and a lot of people kind of, oh, where are you? You know, and yeah, I guess I'll go through that now. The reason why I changed the show time, and I talked about it, I do believe the first 2 weeks after changing the show time is because I wanted to make way for, there was in conflict with something else that starts 7:30 on Sundays. And so I really wanted to be present with it, with that. And I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. What am I talking about? Some of you know. And I wanted to make a presence there. And so that's why I changed it. And it actually kind of works out better anyway. Hmm. So what am I talking about? What did I change it for? So it's probably been over 2 months now. 2 months ago. You probably heard me talk about the Life Wave patches before. And they have been, you know, for me and my husband, they have been life-changing. And that's unusual to hear me say things like that. You know, I have tried so many different products, and it's not that I'm looking for a magic bullet. I'm not looking for, because there isn't that one thing other than you and your intention and optimal health and wellness. That's what it is. But I have tried different things and tweaking. We will tweak, you know, the tools, tweak. Am I our diets, we do that. You know, we may want something one, you know, for several months and then stop with that and go to be guided to something else. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you. Have a conversation with your body. I'm sorry, hold on just a minute. My hair is like, ooh, there we go. It was like itching me. Get the hair. Okay. So it's listening to our body and then kind of tweaking some things. Well, I see so many things, whether the patches or so, that's I think the hot thing. Just recently I've seen more patches. Um and I have tried different patches in the past that they were different. They weren't like what the Life Wave ones. Different devices that are supposed to be like a quantum healing device. And quite when I they kept everything so hush hush. You know, I want transparency. Just be transparent. We're trying to steal your technology. If I'm going to use it, you need to be transparent about it. And I didn't like that this one device that I had. They were too secretive. Too, they were scared someone was going to steal their device. Da, 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 da. When I found out that it was that the device was kind of like a hologram, a holograph of someone in quantum, in the in a quantum light body. And I was like, well, what dimension? And they're like, the quantum 5D. And I was like, well, no. This is why I didn't get anything from it, because when we sit and we meditate, we're much higher than 5D. We go much higher. So I didn't really feel like the device did anything for me. So, you know, just return that to them. But hello, Robin. Hello, Jill and Roy. Yay! Okay, well, please give my love to Sunshine and Darkness, and I know that we're on the same time now. And so, Jill, just send my love over to Sunshine and Darkness too, and everyone over there. So, but let me tell you, I noticed right away I was a one patch wonder, they call it, because I noticed something within 2 minutes after putting the patch on. And so because it depends what kind of patch. The X39 is what I'm going to talk about. X39 patch. I put one, you know, you put it behind your neck, and I have scar tissue back there. So that's why for me it went right to work and I could feel it. And then there's another X49 if you do the dual pack, and those either go behind the neck or under the belly button. But for everyone, I really feel X39 everyone should have X39. Everyone should try X39. So I'm going to share with you real quick. So when you get the bundle pack of X39, the bundle pack of X39 and X49, okay? But X39 right here, is the one that if you had to choose one, I would say this X39 right here. All right. They have had other patches, and then X39 came out 2017, 2018. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Okay, so X39 peels off very, very easy. This is what it looks like. Phototherapy. So I'm not going to go into the whole bunch of details about this because I did on that first show that I introduced it. And also because tonight I have invited some of you who are interested in this, where you can learn about it before you make a purchase. I think that's very important, and that's what I love, is the transparency, is the honesty, and then there's other people sharing their experiences. So what I do now, 7:30 on Sundays, is there is a Zoom call that Life Wave does put out. And then I use our private switchboard for all those that are interested, so we can have a private conversation during this Zoom. Now, you don't even have to be on the Zoom call, like Ruth, what like we did last Sunday. Is I just had my phone near my laptop where the Zoom call, so she could hear everything. But if you want to see it, I provide all this information to you in a detailed email. So if you would like to partake in tonight's, if you just would like to partake in tonight's conversation, let me know, and I'll put your name on the email list. I have a lot of your emails already. If I don't have your email, I'll let you know. And so, but we both, my husband and I both wear X39. I like the X39 behind my neck and then below my belly button, but you can swap it up. Some days you can put the X39 under your belly button, X49 behind the neck. Again, and this is the bundle pack. Or you can just do the X39, which I recommend everyone does. You know, they're wearable med beds. Why wait for this technology? What does it feel like? You know what it feels like? When they say it feels like ascension symptoms. When they were describing in some of the side effects, not really side effects, it's ascension symptoms because it's light. It's light. It's kind of like solar panels for us. It's directing more light into our body, more light to our stem cells to activate our stem cells to let's get to some repair work. All right. And so it's very, very powerful. And even if you don't, I'm not sure what it's doing, but I know it's doing something. I'll ask my body, hey, you happy? Yes. Don't run out of these. Keep putting them on. Gotcha. Okay, every day. So it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Again, I'll go through more of this in detail later, for those that are interested. So you just let me know, and after the show is over, I will send an email out on how to join in tonight at 7:30. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And for those that are in extreme pain, I would recommend the X39 and the Eon. The Eon is for inflammation. And so I always keep a package of this because we're always doing something of the Eon. And so then this Eon, you just put wherever it hurts. You know, oh, I hurt my knee. I'm going to stick it right there. You know, I bump into something or I have lower back. Like, you know, Joe, Roy needs some of these for his lower back. I did that to my oldest son. He's a manager at a grocery store, and they're on their feet all the time. It's very hard on the body, that kind of job. And so, you know, he's just like, all right, so I have the X39 on the back of his neck and then the Eon patches. I put one on each side, right at the pressure points on the lower back. And he was just like, he was knocked out. He went to sleep. I was like, not that it knocks you out, because you can wear X39 during the day in the Eon patches and be fine. But for him, it was healing. And he said, it feels like a healing session, Mom. You know, like he was like, it feels like a wearable healing session. So I loved his words and his analogy with it. He goes in, your healing sessions always make me want to just relax and go to sleep. So I was like, oh, okay. So wearable med bed feels like a wearable Reiki session, healing session. And so It's all natural. There's no chemicals in here whatsoever. It's not going to interact or react with anything that you're taking. Okay, but it's going to get your body, your stem cells, let's do some repair work, which is pretty darn powerful. All right. And we don't have to wait for a med bed technology to coming out to roll out. We've heard, I know a lot of us have heard some med beds that are supposed to be rolling out. Why are we waiting? First, let's make some choices. I'm going to help my body. Let's change the diet up. Let's be mindful and making sure that we are eating, quality, as organic as possible food. What also, if you can't do that, then you know what? You give gratitude to your food. I am grateful for this food and that my body will consume all the nutrients that it needs and eliminate the rest with grace and ease. Just eliminate. This is alchemy when we do that with gratitude, and we do that with our food and with our water. It absolutely helps to nourish our body. But what happens nowadays is people are eating too fast. Maybe they're not eating maybe not eating things that really their body is going to benefit their body. Maybe it doesn't provide as much nutrients and nourishment. And they're eating really fast and then moving on. And it's we have to slow down and make sure that, okay, my body likes this. You can tell if your body reacts in a bad way to something. What usually happens, you get nauseated, you get sick, right? But oh, I feel good. When I feel bad, I feel bloated, I just feel so uncomfortable. These are signs our body's trying to tell us that we need to pay attention to. So we need to make these adjustments. All right. Let me see. Ruth, the call last week was amazing. People had the most incredible experiences with the patch. It was very inspiring. Yes, yes. And I won't go into it to all those details. Like I say, we do it privately. And so if you, like I said, you're curious and want to join in tonight, 7:30, let me know. I'm going to send an email out to everyone with all the details. Now, I'm not running the Zoom. I want to be clear. That is from LifeWave. I will go in and watch and have the volume up. And then everyone who wants to talk with me, and I think it'd be great for all of us to have this conversation, because you might have questions that aren't addressed on the Zoom call, and the Zoom call doesn't allow you to chat. So it's like if you have a question, just call into our switchboard that we have. Again, I'll give all the details out in the email, and then we have a nice. Everyone listens, and then we can talk amongst ourselves. Maybe it triggers a question, and so there you go. But you can watch along and call too. So to watch along with the Zoom, make sure you have a laptop or a computer, and then the call into our switchboard with your phone. Very, very, very easy to do. Learn a lot more about it, and I'm blown away every week, and it's so beautiful. But I'm excited about it. I'm very excited because it gives us some very powerful tools. And there have been those that have been using these higher technologies and have kept it from us. And now that this has been available, I'm really excited. And the developer made these patches over 20 years ago, I do believe now, for 2004, I think. 2004. He made them for Special Forces, for the U.S. Navy SEALs. So he made them for the original patches. The X39 is fairly new, so now that covers everything. Again, very, very powerful. Has a lot of great feedback from it, and so I'm excited. Again, I know a lot of us that are healers, and we're in that healing field, holistic field, and just the results are amazing. It's kind of was like, yes, finally something that will help us. So as it's doing repair, how are we supporting the repair work? We're going to keep making sure that we're eating foods and consuming water, staying hydrated. All right, so it's all good. Let's see. I use in half with Haven't was it going to use for 2 weeks? I know. Oh, you're talking about like a nicotine patch? I used the nicotine. I know there's nicotine patches, and we've talked about that. I think in some of my other shows too. Is that we have nicotine receptors? Who knew? But we get if you're eating your vegetables, nightshades have nicotine. If we're eating our vegetables, we're eating correctly. You can research the foods that have nicotine in it. So if you're eating the garden, you're going to be fine. You're going to get the nicotine. All right. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So like I said, just let me know if y'all want to be on the email list. I know I have some of them aren't here on this call right now or on the show, but I'll just send them to you. But yeah. If you didn't get an email last week and you want to get one today, let me know. So because I know a lot of you did get some emails. Those who had expressed interest before. All right. Okay. I'm like, I don't want to go on and on and on about this, but I am just so happy. And when you hear about things like that help support us, it makes me very happy. Of course, yes. Oh, you're talking about the yeah. No, you shouldn't do that, Richard. The e-cigarettes, vaping, it actually does more damage to your lungs, okay, than anything. So if you can cut back on that, sweetheart, do that, okay? And it's we want to keep you healthy. All right. I know you're making really great changes in your diet. You have been. And so just keep on with that. Hello, Melissa. Melissa's watching on X. Yay. Thanks for letting me know that you found us on X. I know there had been an issue with finding our shows on X. So anyway, thank you. Thank you. All right. So is there anything you wanted to talk about? Ask a question? Was there anything we want to discuss? I love how this is a very interactive show. Just something out there. What do you think about this? What about that? How do you feel about this? How do we feel about that? And it's not so much really about how I feel about it, but I like to engage in conversation that's going to have you participate in it as well, mind, body, and soul. And so it's funny, so there's us, our higher selves, and our oversoul, right? Remember when we were younger? I don't know how many of y'all did this, but there's this me, myself, and I. It was just who said you could do this? Me, myself, and I. When we're doing that's actually there's truth. There's truth to that. Me, myself, and I. Me, my higher self, and my oversoul. Absolutely. That's under who authority? Under whose authority? Me, myself, and I. We should go back and say that again. Me, myself, and I. Because it teaches you, right? That it's us here, our higher self and our oversoul. So, right? Me, myself, and I. We used to say that as a kid a lot, right? Yeah, Robin, I said that a lot. Yeah. We were being sarcastic, though. Who said you could do that? Me, myself, and I. But we were actually being truthful. We knew. Kids know. We're not just being sarcastic. Sometimes the truth comes in the form of sarcasm because we're so frustrated with adults who keep following blindly. What are you doing? Anyway, so I love it. It made me think about that the other day, and I was like, but we were right. Me, myself, and I. We were so correct. So anyway, who's on your guidance team? Me, myself, and I. Kink. Let me tell you, your higher self appoints everyone else, allows everyone else. So of course, your guardian angels and your holy angels are there, of course, absolutely they are. But we have our loved ones, our family, people from past lives or parallel lives that we might not even recall, but our soul knows who they are. Our pets, our animal companions, our animal spirit guides. There is so many. on our guidance team, our galactic sisters and brothers, other beings that we share this planet with, beings that don't even look human, you know. And it's okay. It's not to be fearful over. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so yeah. Jill, did you want to be on the call? You want me to send you an email about the call for tonight for those patches? Let me know. See you all later. Let me know if you're still watching, Jill. All right, because I do not have you on the email list. Okay. Richard, I used it only 1 week and a half and then stopped. Been smoked 9 years and 9 months smoke free. Okay, good. Okay, so you just used it 1 week and stopped. Yeah. That's not the right nicotine. So because there's other chemicals in that. All right. So just eat. Very easy to do. Just Google foods that have nicotine in it and just eat. And as long as you're getting that in your diet, you're going to be all right. That, naturally satisfies our nicotine receptors within our body. So we have nicotine receptors. We haven't heard about that. Haven't heard any doctors tell us we had that. Nothing against doctors, knock on wood, because it's how they were educated. Or just real quick, the hemp. Cannabis, we have cannabinoid receptors in our brain and in our gut, which, wow, which is where our immune system really sits right there in that gut health there, that gut seat. Yeah, never heard anyone say that. But yet you maybe catch wind or hear or you're paying attention that our founding fathers all grew what besides tobacco? Hemp. What were they growing it for? Because it's pretty? Oh, look, this is a pretty leaf. No, they didn't grow up because of how it looked. They consumed everything. They had gardens that the people consumed. So there you go. And that's I'm going to leave that there. But absolutely, hemp oil, CBD, THC free. All right, it's a THC that does harm actually. All right. Because if we just give our bodies the hemp that it needs and let it saturate into our body and to our cannabinoid receptors, it does so much good for us. It takes care of it assists with inflammation and with any of that pain. And so you see that there's always a combination. It's like a beautiful combination that needs to take place. And all we've got to do is just have that intention of, I'm working on my optimal health and wellness. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to focus on that. Are you, and it's okay to tweak it. That there's no mistakes. I think there's more. I'm just tweaking it. Okay. So as long as you're not, you got to be careful with supplements, making sure you're taking high quality supplements or the supplementation. So other than that, you should be okay. And unless you're on a whole bunch of medication, then you do have to be careful when you mix medication and herbal supplements and herbs. Okay. Um, which I always find fascinating. That should be truth telling right there, is that if something from nature is going to interact with something made in a lab, that makes sense. I think I'd rather listen to nature. Gives us everything that we need to survive. And people say, well, God does. Well, yeah, who created nature? Who essentially, source created us all, but there's co-creators. How a planet is born, how the planet takes care of those that live on the planet. All right. And so it all comes from source. They have the source code. And so I think I'd rather consume something from the land, from this planet that the planet has to provide for us, instead of a lot of things made in the lab. So just saying. All right. Okay. Well, that's good, Richard. I'm glad you said no. Just stand up and say no. No, no, no. All right. Yeah, yeah. I know a lot's going on, and we have to really make sure that we are staying focused. It's not that we are ignoring the chaos. We're very aware of chaos that's going around us. But we also know that this chaos has to happen in order for it supports the rebirth. This is not a continuous chaos like we have been, in a continuous chaos state, um, all over this planet, all over this world, of keeping people in constant state of war. No, that's not what this is about. This is that final chaos that happens right before this great rebirth. Right? I mean, it's already started, though. It's already started, and so it's there's just some beings that don't want to change. There's a lot of beings that have no soul, and yes, that is a real thing, and they have to be dealt with accordingly. And those who are dealing with them knows what they're doing. All right, so we need to just trust that, and yeah. So what we can do, and we're very powerful with this, is making sure we know thyself. I know who I am. I'm I'm going to shine my divine light. And by me shining brightly, we can be confused and still shine bright. And when I say that, I'm not, oh, wow, I don't have all my stuff together. There's sometimes I have questions, I have confusion, but you know what? I just stop all that chitter chatter, looping in the head. Shh, stop. And you can say it, stop. And I'm going to drop into my sacred heart center. Take some deep breaths. And then you can ask questions, let them float. You're not going to get an immediate answer. Sometimes you do. It depends on how much you do this. But you're starting out and asking questions. Sometimes it would take a couple days. You journal, and then you journal the question. It comes to you, and then you write it down, and then you start doing that more and more and more. And then what happens is your that journaling session or that Q&A session becomes part of your life, and then it gets faster. It gets faster. It's before you're even finished asking the question, the answer's right there, and it's all coming from within. Everything that we're curious about is within. And so then you just get to the point to where I don't have any questions anymore, because the answers are right here. I get it. uh, I might not understand it completely, and that's okay. It's because everything is revealed. We just have to trust. It's a huge, I don't want to say it's not a test, but it's a huge for us to trust. But our trust has been violated. We trusted the wrong people, and so we can have a little bit of that. I have trust issues, of course we do, but we also have to push that aside and say, here I am with open eyes, with open heart, and I'm moving forward and in a much better way to help bring this peace back to or bring peace onto this earth plane, and be supportive of that. Have that peace within yourself, because everything that we create within us manifests outside of us. So that's why I'm saying is just shine your light brightly. It doesn't have to, it's just that simple, just love. Think of the thing, you know how you feel, and when some people say that they feel all fuzzy, how does it make you feel when you think about a person or you think about a pet? You just close your eyes, and how does your heart feel? That feeling right there. Shine, push it out. Push that feeling out in all directions. take some deep breaths because it's very powerful. And keep doing that. We all have access to it. It's not a secret club. It's not some secret, ooh, I'll tell you what this is. I'll tell you what that. No, we all have this ability. We all have access to it. All right. And that's the great within. No middleman, no nothing. And this is why I know I've said this before. We just need to be very careful who we're listening to and what platforms. And they're always trying to throw some sort of middleman. Religion had the priest. You have to get to God, go through your priest, your minister, whatever. No, you don't. You don't need a middleman. Well, be careful, because I found that some of the new agey stuff or some is you have to have a main spirit guide, a gatekeeper, whatever they want to call them. All right. Is that not a middleman? Is that not doing the same thing? No. Your main person on your guidance team should be and is your higher self, which is connected to your oversoul. And so why am I saying it that way is because your oversoul, your soul, all right, and we've had lots of different lives. So we branch off to these different lives, and that's the higher self. Each life has a higher self, which has direct contact right back to our oversoul, which is right there with Source Creator. All right. So that's why it's very important. And that your oversoul absolutely knows what's for your highest and greatest. So does your higher self. All right. So this is why. Remember, just remember who you are. All right. Oh, let's see. All right. Now, what I will do. Well, thank you, Jill. Excuse me. We got some time. At the end of the show, I always say, what? Source be with you, because we're tired of force. So there's a great book I came across years ago. And I know I've shared these cards with you before. Let's see. I'm trying to look for the copyright. Oh, it was 1995, 98, 2004, 2012 by the trust. Then, okay. But 1995, David Hawkins, MD, PhD, Power versus Force. You remember this? So I read this book a long time ago and was very impressed with it and loved it and agreed with it. And then recently, I think I told you, they made cards, the estate. So made cards. Power versus Force deck. And I was like, ooh, I like that. So I'm going to give everyone to pull a message. Let's see what it says for everyone that is interested. Just say me, or I would like a card. Just put them in the comments, and then I will let's see what we get for everyone today. What does your higher self want your mind to know? What's the me, myself, and I message? What's the me, myself, and I message? All right. So, wow, Ruth was fast. Ruth, Robin, Richard. I'm writing them down. Okay, Jill and Roy. Laura. All right. Is anyone? Melissa, you still there, hon? Laura. I didn't get anyone. Maureen, are you still with us? All right. Are you still with us? You still with me? Okay. So, Ruth. That's a great message. For Ruth, higher self. Show yourself. Yeah, Melissa, there you are. Excellent. Now I'm looking for Maureen. Maureen still there? Oh, wait, Ruth. Here it is. That one just literally went sideways. All right. Our inner work is like building up a bank account, but one from which we cannot draw on at our own personal will. So the disposition of the funds is determined by a subtle energy field, which awaits a trigger to release this power back into our own lives. So this is that intention which helps us to manifest, right? And we're abundant. We're abundant beings. We just have to remember that our abundance is not defined by a made-up monetary system here. It goes so much higher. And they're reminding you of this, Ruth. All right? Reminding you. Each and every one of you here, I know the work that y'all do. And no company, no employer could pay you your true worth. But you know what we are tapped into is that abundance from Source Creator. And that is some powerful stuff there. That's how we manifest. So I think it's time, Ruth, to remind yourself to get another gold coin. That's what I'm saying. Grab another coin. Just, hey, you know what? I'm ready for another gold coin now. Thank you. All right. So leave that with you, Ruth. I love that. That's great. All right. Robin. Robin, the universe holds its breath as we choose, instant by instant, which pathway to follow. For the universe, the very essence of life itself is highly conscious. So every act, every thought, every choice adds to it's just permanent mosaic, but I don't think anything's permanent. A more high frequency mosaic. One decision ripple through the universe of consciousness to affect the lives of all. Every act or decision you make that supports life supports all life, including your own. So we have this ripple effect. And this isn't to make you feel like, oh my goodness, now I'm not only having to be mindful of decisions I make for myself, but if it's going to harm someone else too. Well, no, if you're loving and gentle and compassionate to yourself, you're going to be like that with everyone else too. All right. It does have that ripple effect. It's just reminding for you, you treat everyone that way with so much love and compassion. But this ripple wants to go the other way to have that applied to yourself. All right. To yourself. I don't believe the universe holds its breath. That's cutting itself off of the life force. So the life source. So deep breaths. All right. And you know which way to follow. You know which way to go. And just keep that forward motion. That's beautiful. Yeah. Just more of that self love and compassion. All right. So I'll leave that with you, Robin. Yes. Oh, my pleasure, Ruth. Just a messenger. I'm grateful for and love you too. All right, Richard. Ooh. So power is associated with compassion. It makes us feel positively about ourselves. And you've got that. See, this is, you're around a lot of fake power people, yeah, in that type of world or the work that you do. And then even if there's corporate people around you and they try to act all powerful, if they lack compassion, it's a fake power, right? You have the true source power within you, Richard. And that's what moves things. And that's what moves you. Force is associated with judgmentalism and tends to make us feel badly about ourselves. So no force. We're using power or source. Source moves through you and moves with you, moves you to where you need to be. All right. So you can handle any job that's thrown at you. You know, with you may feel there's a block with that resistance is those that are terrified, maybe not terrified is not the right word, that are scared, or maybe there's a pause because they know how powerful you are. And that scares them. That can frighten them. All right. And so you just keep being you, Richard. You just keep being you and let that source keep flowing through you. All right. That source love light. All right, Jill. 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 True power equals life equals spirit, whereas force equals weakness equals death. Okay. When an individual has lost or lacks those qualities we term spiritual, he or she becomes devoid of humanity, of love, and self-respect. He or she may even become selfish and violent. When a nation veers from its alignment with the spirit of man, it can become an international criminal. Oh, that's what we're doing. That's what we're seeing happen now, right? And then the rise of all of those stepping in the true power. Jill, you are doing that. I feel you know this, and you and Roy are doing this, but I feel like you, because these are groups that you're being involved with in your community, is that you both are helping to lift that community, to teach them the true power. Yeah, and this is specifically your role, yours. Okay, even though you and Roy work together, you each have different ways of applying your roles. All right, and so yeah, there you go. And you definitely there's no weakness within you, and so you just keep letting that true source power go through you. You have lots of love for humanity and self-respect. I think we all can tweak that a little. We need to up that up. I mean, that self-respect, we need to turn that up a little bit more. But absolutely, that self-respect, that self-love, and then just keep sharing and shining. I feel that, again, I know we've said it so much, but it just keeps getting this validation of just you're in the right place now, where you live, and you're just going to be able to do all of that community, that unity. You're going to bring unity back into your community. There, that's it. All right, there. All right, now for Roy. All right, you're my pleasure, Richard. Right now for Roy. Roy, 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 Roy. Roy, 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 where are you? Stop playing hide and seek, Roy. Oh, here you are. Okay. Roy, want to play hide and seek? Okay. Force results in equal and opposite counterforce. Yep. All attacks, therefore, whether mental or physical, result in counterattack. Malice literally makes us sick. We are always the victims of our own spite. On the other hand, like love, laughter heals because it arises through viewing a small contact from a larger from a larger and more inclusive one, which removes the observer from the victim posture. Every joke reminds us that our reality is transcendent beyond the specifics of events. So I feel that Roy doesn't play the victim role. He doesn't have that. All right. But all attacks, mental, physical, if this is a lot of past stuff he's dealing with, and then even what we talked about in the spiritual message circle last night, how it holds in the body. And so just releasing that. And I love that with the humor. Watch more comedy together if you aren't doing that already. Watch some more kind of comedy, laugh together, laugh it out. Get that laughter, get it out. And I feel it is working bit by bit by bit. It has like jackhammered it into smaller pieces within him, and then releasing a little at a time, and that's fine as long as he's still releasing. So there you go. And leave that for Roy. And that's beautiful. But you're not a victim, Roy. And laugh some more. Laugh. Have some more joy. All right. And that will help you with your body. All our bodies can heal. Absolutely. We have to know that. It's not just belief system. We have to know it. Our bodies are designed by source creator. Wouldn't they be powerful? Absolutely they are. And we have to work in harmony with that power. All right. Laura. Where's beautiful Laura? Ooh, let's get that pretty blue. Ginger Michael color. All right. We could say that force is a movement. Force always moves against something, whereas power does not move against anything. Power stands still. It is like a standing field that makes not move, or that does not move. It's like a standing field that does not move. Gravity itself, for instance, does not move against anything. Its power moves all objects within its field, but the gravity field itself does not move. And I love this because this is movement for you. But in a powerful way. Okay, it's you're floating. It's more like that float. You get the float. And that's from going with the flow. That's for listening and getting this book out. That's for you're having big movement now. And I love that all the other colors of these cards, well, they're different. They've been like browns and yellows and really pretty colors. And you got a nice blue one, which is always to me Archangel Michael's behind you with this too. And so he is that powerful source of energy behind you. And so that is beautiful. So, in that stillness, and in that stillness, you listened and said, yes, I'm going to step up. I'm going to write this book. Yes, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and I'm going to do this. And so, bravo, Laura, bravo. All right. And other projects too, because there's other stuff you're working on. I know that. Even if there's some more fragments, there's something else. Once this is, how long can you breathe? You get this one project and you go, oh, that's done. And they want you to bask in that joy, even if it's for 5 minutes before the next thing. Oh, now there's this. Ooh, let me go here. Ruth knows what that feels like too. So I know that just keep creating, and it's in divine order and divine timing as to which order and when it all manifests, right? So, well, there you go. This is why I kept getting the Archangel Michael was really, he stepped forward for you. I am working on a Michael candle label. Thank you very much. Well, there you go. Wow, I love that. But then he approves of the label. Of course. All right. Melissa. Beautiful Melissa, you have this beautiful orange color that's showing up for you. And all right, by taking responsibility for the consequences of their own perceptions, observers can transcend the role of victim to an understanding that nothing out there has power over you. It's not life's events, but how one reacts to them and the attitude that one has about them, which determines whether the events become a positive or a negative effect on one's life, whether they are experienced as opportunity or as stress. And you have had a lot of uncomfortable, not so joyful things happen in your life lately. only because of your association with family members, with others who are in a stressed situation. And you're always there being that bright light, that joy for them. And it's this is just validation for that, just for you to keep shining brightly. And nothing does have, no other person, no other being has power over you. All right. And they just want you to remember that, because you may have to make a decision for someone, or be a part of making a decision for somebody else that you love, and may feel like you don't have power over that situation, but you do. And it's that love and compassion power, and with whoever's involved outcome, the best for that person. All right. So I feel like there's a decision that's going to have to be made, and because that person cannot make it for themselves, you're going to have to step in and assist with that, and know that you are making that right choice. Sometimes we can follow, we're listening. Oh yeah, I know this is the right thing, I'm going to do it. And then we do it. And then there's that nip, the mind nipping. Are we sure we did the right thing? When you hear that, you go, shh, nope, be quiet, because it's in the mind. Your heart knows. Keep making the choices that you do, Melissa. Heart-based. Keep doing that, and you'll get through everything. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and give a message for Maureen, and I'll let Maureen know on Telegram that she didn't get a message, so she can go back and listen. So, Maureen, here is a message for Maureen. Maureen, ignorance does not yield to attack, but it dissipates in the light. And nothing dissolves dishonesty faster than the simple act of revealing the truth. Oh my goodness. We talked about this last night, didn't we? This is another way of saying that. You're dealing with some very ignorant people. I'm just going to say that there. The only way to enhance one's power in the world is by increasing one's integrity, understanding, and capacity for compassion. If the diverse populations of mankind can be brought, if the diverse populations of humanity, I'm going to say humanity because there's a difference between mankind and humanity. So, and the diverse populations of humanity can be brought to this realization, the survival of human society and the happiness of its members are more secure. So you are there, that light of truth. And wow, it's very hard for those around you to ignore how bright you shine. And so you even expose corrupt ignorance, those that aren't willing to take responsibility and sweep things under the rug. This is everything that we told you last night in the spiritual message circle. This is another validation for that. All right. So, wow, Maureen. Okay. Powerful messages for each of you today. Ooh, I love sharing this sacred space with each and every one of you. And remember, just if you would like to be on the email list for the LifeWave Patch Party tonight, I will put you on that list, and we'll have all the details in that email. Just let me know if you want to be on that list, and I will send that email out within the next half hour. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you. And just remember, just peace be with your heart, your sacred heart center. Peace be with your mind. Undisciplined kid, shh, be quiet. Follow the heart. All right. Peace be with your heart. Peace be with your mind. Peace be with your body. And just keep moving forward in that beautiful source light. Continue to shine brightly, and source be with each and every one of you. Till next week.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.